doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining me for the Bophades podcast, where Bophades nerds discuss anime history, and all anime conventions. I'm here with Dave from CosMom ConShop. Uh, honestly, to be honest with you, you're the first person I thought about when it comes to when I wanted to interview somebody. When it comes to someone who has a shop, because
Oh, thank you.
no, seriously, it's one of those things where I feel like, you could talk to cosplayers, you could talk to people who are do shows and everything, but like one of the best things about conventions is, the artist alley, the dealer's room, so to
Absolutely.
talk to someone who, owns a shop and runs it, it's just, I'm just like, I want to know. I I don't know anything about that. I always see people that I'm just like, I don't even know how y'all start that. I mean, how'd y'all even start with anything like that?
It's definitely a unique experience attending an anime convention from the vendor or dealer perspective.
Hmm.
Um, Very different than attending as an attendee.
I imagine.
We got started, oh gosh, we got started in 2017 specifically because my mother had been watching YouTube videos of people that were setting up their booths and was like, you know, I bet we could do that. I bet that could be fun. My mother has always been a really big supporter for me. I still live with her
Mm.
in my 30s, but that's okay. We love
It's
a
all
frugal
good.
bitch.
No, it's generational housing. This is how it is right now. Can't
It
blame
is.
nobody.
You're right. But she was like, I'd like to do something fun. I'd like to be, my own boss when I retire. And I was um also interested in not working uh soul crushing retail.
Of course,
So
you're
we
right.
kind of, yeah, we pulled together our resources, mine being familiarity with the industry,
Hmm.
creativity, etc. I went to college for graphic design,
Oh, nice.
and she is meticulous with numbers, with management, etc. So we put our heads together and we looked at, conventions and we're like, what is something that when we go to a convention, we don't have? Like, what's missing? What is that essential piece that you don't have when you go to a convention? And I turned to her and I said, Mother, I went to Orlando, Florida. I flew 14 hours. I went to Orlando, Florida, and I forgot my deodorant. And I couldn't walk to the nearest Walmart
Yep. Or
6 miles
CVS,
away to get it.
Walgreens, any of that. Yep.
Yeah, because it was middle of nowhere. It was in a resort. So I was like, how about that? How about the con mom? How about we be that person that has what you forgot when you go to a con? And from there, we have done a lot of growth. But that
Yeah.
was,
No,
yeah, where
yeah.
it all started.
Yeah, no, it's funny because like I've with Blondie Sunday, introducing me to y'all for the first time. I don't know if it was
Mhm.
Rhode Island Anime Con or no, I think it was Katsu, and she was like, "Yo, David's here." I'm like, "Cool, I don't know who that is." It's just like, "Oh, he got a shop." I'm like, "Oh, sick! All right, check it out." And then yeah, that's the one thing I noticed. It's like, oh, Cosmom shop, and I'm looking around. And I'm just like, all right, safety pins, and then like water bottles, deodorant. I'm like, oh my god, this is things you fucking need at a convention. these are,
Everything
these
you
are
need.
if you miss something, like here you go. And it's just so funny because I don't know if it happened to me one time or with Shelby. I think we knew you were going to be at a place, and we're just like, do we have safety pins? I'm like, I don't know, but I know David's going to be there, so if we could just buy it from him, we can just get it from him, and it'd be perfectly good. I was like,
And
oh
you would be
hell yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Hold on a sec. This is gonna look really silly on my end. Oh,
Blinding.
I realized my light wasn't on, but that's okay. Oh, now it looks that look weird now. That's okay. But yeah, no, that's one thing that, of course, I really want you to say. Like, of course, your shop, as opposed to just like usually, like most people, of course, they have like merch and characters that they sell of like different artists and whatnot. Yours is the one. I mean, if, going back to what I originally saying, yours is the one that really piqued my interest because you're selling things that are, hey, you missed this at a convention. here you go.
Mhm.
And it serves a really good purpose for people who are just missing things. Like I'm pretty sure you sell wig caps, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wig cap, wig strip, wig
That's
styling product. We
yep.
have everything. Wigs, just period. We do sell wigs.
Yep. And bomb ass shirts and sweatshirts and uh cool crop top hoodies like the one I'm wearing. Hold on a moment. Which is great because you can put it over here. Don't look at my
Product
belly.
show.
Hell yeah. I mean, it
Sparkle,
works.
sparkle.
It works for my stuff because local himbo. I got my first himbo sweatshirt. Wears to the gym though, and it is very comfy. Thank you, and very. I wouldn't say warm. It's just warm in the room. People don't notice, but this is a crop top sweatshirt. I just didn't want to stand too high because people get to see my belly. I'm not ready to show that
Okay.
yet.
Okay,
Not
I won't start calling for it.
yeah, not in this podcast. At least not yet.
That's for the 18 plus one later.
Of course, that's when.
Suggestive wink.
Of course, that's for local himbo dark, the different channel. That's posted on Fansleys. Shouts out to Fansleys. Love you guys. Anyway, so
We
yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we also try to source our products from ethical places as well. Like I'm so happy that you like that the cropped hoodie.
Yep.
It is made in the US. It is built with sustainable cotton. It is an actual ethical, eco-friendly product as well.
So that's why it feels so nice with my hands. Sorry,
That
it's
is
just
why it
my
feels so nice.
hands.
It is so comfy. It's got those nice long sleeves. I can go off for hours.
No, I don't blame y'all because like me, I run in this, and as you that
Mhm.
old video, I squat in it. I do my workouts in it. So no, it's really nice, and I'm really. And then I know Shelby got not tank top, but a water bottle from you. I think she got the bimbo
Mhm.
one to match with mine. No, she got the
Aw.
feral one. The feral one. That one's fun. I like the use
Still
of word.
matches.
I just love use the wording that you put on there, like
Thank you.
himbo, thembo, feral. It's just like yeah, hell yeah. It's like it taps into that whole everybody wants to be a goblin type of thing. Me, I don't want to be a goblin. I'm just dumb.
Typography. Typography is a passion, I would say. It's one thing to just put words on a shirt, it's another thing to make them stylish and fun.
Yeah,
And I would like to think that I succeed in that.
hell yeah. So like with your shop, and everything like that. How far have like so I imagine you're based here out of New England, correct?
Right,
Yep.
out of New Hampshire.
Hell yeah, live free or die, right?
Oh yeah.
But everything's super far away from each other. So
Well, we're technically based in Nashua, New Hampshire. We just opened up our store on Main Street,
Mhm.
100 Main Street in Nashua, New Hampshire. Nashua has been voted the best place to live
Oh nice,
several times now. And that's not, oh, the best place to live in New Hampshire. Oh, the best place to live in, New England. No, just best place to live,
nice.
period, because of its proximity to everything.
Oh really? I
We
didn't know
are
that.
30 minutes from an international airport, Manchester. We're 30 minutes from one of the most popular beaches in the United States. We are 30 minutes from some of the most highly rated like ski slopes in the country, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're only an hour to Boston. We're only 4 hours to New York City. We are a day's drive to anything you could possibly want to do.
Nice. That's it.
Off.
Hey, I mean, if you love New Hampshire, that's great. I've been to New Hampshire a handful of times. I back at AAC, back when it used to be in Manchester. I remember I've been there. One year, I know they did
Fun
Nashua. I think
time.
that was the only time I think I've ever been to Nashua in general.
2018.
Yep. TentCon, shouts out
Haha.
at the Hilton. The only other time I ever heard of Nashua was those episodes of The Office, because that's where I think Holly would leave, where Michael would follow her. He's like, "I'm going back to Nashua." Oh, okay. I'm like, "Where's that?"
That's funny. I've never actually watched The Office,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it makes sense because I think they're out of Pennsylvania. Like the show is
yeah.
Pennsylvania, and
They
me,
do
yeah,
paper or
yeah,
something, right?
yeah, paper and paper accessories. Yeah.
Uh, A lot of traditional I'm sorry, this is a total sidebar, but
No, go
a
for
lot
it.
of textile manufacturing in this country started in this area. Fabric and paper, especially, were built along the banks of the Nashua River.
Oh, okay,
Um,
cool. I'm getting a
Woo,
history
Industrial
lesson.
Revolution.
Yeah, I'm getting a history lesson.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Like, so one thing about me is I'm actually from Louisiana. If you hear me
Oh,
say
no
y'all,
shit.
yeah, you hear me say y'all a lot. I grew up in Saint Bernard Parish. Shouts out Saint Bernard. It's a little, parish is the fancy word for county that y'all have up here. Louisiana is
Oh,
the only place that uses it. It is a term used uh, normally by churches because, like, each
yes.
each church would have a parish that's their area. We don't use the word. So it was funny coming up in here and being like, seeing where's a county fair or like Bristol County or this county. And I'm like, what does that mean? Then I remember my dad's like, no, Ryan, you call them counties here. We call them parishes. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So anytime like anyone tells me anything about New England, I'm just like, yeah,
Mhm.
cool. I want to know because I don't know anything. You know what I
We're
mean?
citing you with deep lore.
Yeah, give me the deep lore. The best I got for y'all is, hey, Voodoo and Anne Rice. Pretty cool.
Ha!
Yeah. Interview with the
Well, hey,
Vampire.
one of those things is, yeah, I was about to say it's immediately relevant. Interview with the Vampire, the show has been super popular.
Oh, there is a show. I totally
Um,
forgot there was. I was thinking
it's
about the
it's like
old movie.
still coming out. I The old movie was also good. The books were also very good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Uh,
I don't read, but
in the
hell yeah.
start. That's fair.
Yeah.
That was yeah. Hmm.
Dude, you watch that movie now. Everybody's so young. Oh my goodness. It's like a young Antonio Banderas, a young, like, was it Brad Pitt, I think?
Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, they're super young. Then is it Kirsten Dunst? No,
Uh,
who's the girl?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but oh my, they're all young. And I'm like, I remember I watched it with my friend, you know, hang out with the goth kids and whatnot. They were like, "Yo, we got to
Yeah.
watch Interview with the Vampire." I'm like, I mean, all right. I mean, we're going to a rave, but I guess we'll watch a movie first.
That's how you pregame with goths.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's not even an industrial rave, guys. You're listening to happy hardcore, but okay, I'll hang out. And like,
That's
it's like, wow,
fun.
everybody's super young in this, and it's just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
uh, Deep lore. Oh my goodness, New Hampshire deep lore. Oh my god. Like, it's funny
Yeah.
because you say like everything's so close to you. Me, I live in Rhode Island, so everything's just 45 minutes away from one end of the state to the other.
It is the smallest state in the country.
Yup, yup. I like it. It's kind of fun up here. I think just like the idea of like being able to just travel to all the other New England states and be like, yep, fair enough. You get to
Yeah.
see how things are different. But speaking of traveling,
Sorry.
no, don't worry
Super
about it.
derailed.
No, this is a perfect segue. Speaking of traveling, I mean, how far have you gone, like convention wise? Oh my God, my leg is cramping again. This is the second
Oh
podcast
no.
this has happened. Oh my goodness. I did legs
That's what you
today.
get for working out before you record.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Everything is happening. Everything wrong is happening today.
It's Today is cursed. You've heard of Friday the 13th? Get ready for Friday the 3rd.
Yeah,
It's
right?
the new curse.
Yeah, but
Um,
oh my goodness, I'm dying really quick, but go ahead. So, really quick, legit, where's the furthest you've gone?
as it currently stands, the furthest we've gone was Chicago for Anime Central. That was a 2-day drive for us.
Oh, wow.
Because we drive everywhere, we have our own van, we load it with our own display fixtures and product, and we drive wherever we go.
Hmm.
Um, I think without stopping, it would have been a 22-hour drive.
Oh my goodness.
Um, so we did 15, 16 or so hours the first day. We wake up, we get in the car, we drive until we can't anymore,
Hmm.
pulled over, and then finished off the drive the next day. That was a lot of driving,
You like trade
but
off and everything?
because no, my mother will not let me drive the van.
No. Is it like a large van
She
or like a minivan? Like it's like one of like
It's a cargo van.
oh nice, hell yeah.
It's I don't know a lot about cars,
Hmm.
but it is not the smallest cargo van.
Okay.
It is not the super tall ones. It's not a Sprinter, but it is like the deeper bed
Yeah.
because they come a little bit shorter, but it's the long one.
All right.
If that makes sense.
No, I kind of have an idea what you mean.
Yeah. So it's not easy to drive, especially when you've got like several thousand pounds of product and display fixtures in the back of it. So it's more of a security thing. She prefers driving because it makes her feel safer.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
perfectly fine.
fair.
That's perfectly fine.
I don't mind not driving.
No, I was gonna say now y'all can just chill and just do whatever.
Yep. I do a lot of reading
There you
on
go.
those drives.
So I was gonna say because it isn't just like merch that y'all selling. I was gonna say it's fixtures. It's like the things you sign up, like the wall
Yep.
pieces as well as your signs and all the things you need to hang up on it. So yeah, because I was gonna say like so you would I imagine you would drive because the only other option is to like what ship it and then meet it there from the airport or something.
So it's actually relatively common for especially larger vendors that are going to these cons
Mm-hmm.
to pallet their product and freight ship it, which is different from regular shipping, to the convention venues. Um, Bigger cons like Anime Boston, like KatsuCon,
Mm-hmm.
like Anime Central, they get a lot of that. And they usually, when exhibitors get their information about what to expect for the show, that'll include a freight forwarding address for that stuff to be delivered. We are not that big. It is just the two of us.
Yeah,
So we drive.
I mean sometimes like when we drive to Katsu, me and my group, uh,
Hmm.
the drive is so much fun. I'm not gonna lie. I like driving to like conventions. Like I said, the furthest we've
Hmm.
gone is Katsu right now, and just the road trip aspect before getting there. It's kind of fun. Like,
It's it's charming, it's bonding.
yeah,
You're stuck in a metal box with these people for at least 7 hours. You're
yeah,
gonna get a lot of conversation in at the very least.
yeah. Because at that point, you guys are just like, so like, what's everyone been working on? We just like, oh, and now you can go even more detailed and be like, yeah, just tell me, please, just tell me more.
I love putting on those really cringy playlists, like all the music that you'd like to listen to, but like in 2004.
Oh heck yeah,
Um, but you still know all the words.
of course you
So
do.
it's stupid and it's funny, but you're all scream singing along to it and laughing and snacking, and it's a good time.
Yeah, it's funny because I know Katsu's to be in a few for this
Few
podcast a
weeks.
few weeks. Yeah, are y'all gonna be there?
Yes, we're going to be at KatsuCon this year.
Oh, nice, hell
We
yes.
found out like last week.
Oh, nice, hell yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, guys, y'all cutting it short, but we'll be there.
yep, we will.
Nice. No, it's badass. So, of course, we're probably will run into each other, so that's fantastic. It was funny. I
Absolutely.
was
Come see us.
working. Oh, gladly. I was talking to my friend. We were already been discussing like where we're gonna go on the way over,
Hmm.
because it's like, okay, we're gonna avoid going to New York because trying to get to frickin' over the what is it, the Washington Street,
Ooh.
the bridge. We take a different
Hmm.
bridge. It may take us like further out there that way an hour, but it's like a
Hmm.
guaranteed hour where we have like rest stops, places we can go, places to stop, and then it's straight back down to the Jersey Turnpike. And right where it takes us back to Jersey Turnpike, like we used to go, it's called the Morristown Mall in Morristown
Ooh.
in New Jersey. And it's like a dying mall. And we go there, it's like a hot topic. I bought a nice pair of shoes there. And like we go there because it's one place to go to the bathroom, but like everything's always like closed around there because the air is kind of getting like not so good in the sense of like industry, I
Yeah,
guess.
economically depressed.
Yeah. But then, like, I was looking around, I was like, where else is there? And we found another mall. I'm like, ooh, a new mall. Let's check that place out. It looks super nice. So that might be our new stop on the way over.
That's so fun. We always, if we're going south, we make sure that our first quote unquote stop on the
Mm-hmm.
GPS is the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Yep. Tappan
I
Bridge.
think
Shouts out.
it's the Governor
Governor
Mario Cuomo
Cuomo Bridge.
Bridge
Yep.
now.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
exactly the bridge
it
we
always
take.
it pings it the wrong side of the bridge, so it looks like it's an extra 20 minutes
Right?
because it thinks you want to turn around to visit the other side, but you don't, which
Every
is stupid.
freaking time.
Every time.
Every time. Okay, so I'm not the. Okay, thank you so
No, it's
much, David. This is making me feel a shit ton better. My cramp has gone away. That's how good this went. Is that is that every time I put that in there, it's like, all right, you want to go here? Okay, then you're gonna squiggle down. You need to go back up. I'm like, why am I going back? Why am I going back to the freaking bridge? That is the second stop. That's not the stairs. Exactly. Oh yeah, but if you put like I think the Governor something Rivers Cuomo Bridge, I don't know, uh,
Hmm.
and then it's like I think it'll put you right in the center and you can go across. But yeah, I was looking at it
Yeah.
recently. I'm like, why does this keep happening? Why does it keep spinning me back around? I'm not trying to go back.
I wish I could remember. I can never remember what the town exactly on the other side of the bridge is when I'm programming the GPS. I
Yeah.
believe it's Nyack.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if that's how it's
Nah.
pronounced, but Nyack.
Mm.
Nyack is the town that's just right on the other side of the bridge. I will
Nice.
never remember that when it's relevant, though.
Mm. Me, it's so funny because I've looked at this. I've looked at that like drive a few times, and I can just like
Mhm.
there's like three bridges. I'm like, not this one. Scroll down. Not this one. Scroll down. Not this one. There it is. Okay. Okay. That was the bridge. Let's do it. Yeah. No, the Tappan Bridge is a freaking lifesaver because that, like they said, it's an hour kind of going like west, I guess,
Yeah, for
before
you
going down.
guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for you. Yeah. And then going back to the Jersey Turnpike, but it's like the second you everyone says it, the second you hit New York and the freaking Washington State Bridge, like it's an hour just sitting
It's
there. And I'm like, "Oh, no, thank
awful.
you. No, thank you." I was like, "Oh,
Like
so
I
I'd
know
rather
it's
see things and be able to drive and use the bathroom."
I know it's technically faster, but it's just miserable, especially because, like, if you get stuck going underground
Yep.
and then you're stuck in a tunnel on a bridge in traffic in
Yep.
the middle of the city, it's stressful. I just want nothing to do with that.
Don't blame you. And I'm the same
Yep.
way.
Hmm.
Be over there, be like, "Woo, Red Sox! What do y'all think?" They get beat up.
That's how you get shot in New
Yeah,
York.
right.
Just kidding. Haha, we don't endorse violence.
Especially sports-based violence. Come on, it's an anime podcast. All of a sudden, sports gets mentioned. Me, yeah, Red Sox. What's up? Patriots.
I've seen a sports ball game before.
Yeah, goal. Baseballaroo.
Um, yeah.
So I know it's
Can't
great. I'm
stand
glad you're
driving in
going to.
Jersey.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you mentioned the Jersey Turnpike, and
No.
all I can think about, um, before we got our cargo van, we
Sorry.
borrowed a vehicle
Yeah.
from my father,
Yeah.
pardon me. He had an old ambulance.
What?
Yeah, he had a 1996 Ford ambulance. Fun fact, they're diesel.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
they're not as big as they look
Hmm.
because they have cabinets.
Yeah. Um,
He got it to turn it into a camper or something, and it was fun. But it was we borrowed it a couple
mhm.
times because we didn't have our own really big vehicle yet, and we had outgrown my mother's hatchback,
Yeah. Which is
and we
good.
broke down
Oh no.
on the Jersey
Oh
Turnpike
God.
right outside the Lincoln Tunnel. And we tried to call, AAA, like, hey, we need a tow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, where are you right now? We're outside the Lincoln Tunnel on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Jesus.
Well, what's the address? That is the address. There's no building here. We're on a highway. Well, can you get out and check? No. We're on a highway outside the Lincoln Tunnel. Are you crazy?
123 Lincoln Tunnel. There you go. Come on back and get
Ugh.
me.
Yeah. So we're never going through the Lincoln Tunnel ever again, by the way.
No, I don't blame you. It's tied too many bad memories.
Hmm.
I will say, man, like, on that Jersey Turnpike, like once you hit it, it's just like, all right. I always am like, okay, which side am I going on? Am I supposed to be like, there's the cars and trucks, and then trucks only? I'm like, crap, don't mess us up, don't mess us up. Doesn't make a difference, but still, I'm just like, god damn, don't want to fuck this up.
It's the parkway in New York that lets out onto that area
Hmm.
is no trucks because of low bridges.
Yeah.
And one time we went down the wrong parkway and we couldn't fit under like one of the bridges because we have a
Oh
taller vehicle.
no.
So now every time we're on one of those parkways, it's like, oh God, is this going to be the wrong one? It
Yeah.
never is. It's always the right one,
Oh my
but
god, this is it again. Ah.
lingering fear.
Yeah. No, I get that. I totally get that. I'm gonna have my old man saying
Hmm.
is I do enjoy the fact that there are a lot of rest stops on the way. Thank God, because I gotta go to the bathroom and I sometimes I gotta stretch my legs out, you know. But man, when I'm driving there on the way back, it's like, oh my god, like I need to stop like every 30 minutes because I need to stay awake. I'm at the point where it's just
Mhm.
like I need to sleep. I need to like because you go to Katsu and it's like everyone's having a good time. You're staying up every night. It's Saturday night. I'm staying up a little bit, and then Sunday, me and the group we just go straight back on Sunday, and I'm like, dude, I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. Like I'm not trying not to die over here. I,
This is why we dedicate our Wednesday and Monday flanking the convention to our commute because it's not super safe.
mm-hmm.
That said, the trick is to, I say trick, roll down your window.
Yep, no,
You'll be
100%.
uncomfortable, but that keeps you up. That
Yeah,
is a proven fact.
definitely. A lot of the times, with that one, I think this year I have talking to the group and being like, we should just drive out roughly like 3 hours and then like find a spot, probably get an Airbnb or like a hotel somewhere, and then just to kind of let's just decompress away
Break
from the
it up.
con, yeah, and just be like, why, we're kind of up, and we know it's like, oh, the con's over, put everything in the car, let's drive home, and it's just like I think if we get a hotel or an Airbnb somewhere outside the area, and just just put everything down, have dinner, just just hey guys, let's just all just sit down for a second, talk about everything, decompress and just talk and chill. I think that might be a good thing this time around because
You can check
say
out
yeah,
local eating and stuff too, and like
exactly.
actually get a little bit of vacation-y vacation going on.
Yeah, that's exactly it too. They actually feel it doesn't feel like at that point like, oh, we need to get there now because we do show up there Wednesday as well. That's something we do.
Hmm.
We do Wednesday to Sunday. Because we know that because exactly it. The first day, Wednesday, we're driving. We'll leave here like 10, and we'll get there like 6. Or this is like, hey, show up. I'm like, yeah, because we're just taking our time. It's like I think like a 6 to 7 hour drive. We're just taking our
Hmm.
time, chilling. Like we know where we want to go to eat, so we all just meet up in the same because we take 2 cars, and we just meet up and then we talk and we always go to the same Buffalo Wild Wings and the same mall. Shouts out to that one Buffalo Wild Wings. They spilled all their drinks all over us. Good times.
Oh no!
It's fine. It happens. It was funny. I made a joke to my friends. I'm like, "Hey, is anyone's shirts room like? Can I just have a free Buffalo Wild Wings shirt if you're giving one away? Because I just want it because why not? Because I like this place. I like I like
Support.
wings. Give me the shirt, please. Let me rock your merch. But no, it's that drive. I mean, it can be tough, but it's fun. I do enjoy the drive.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like, of course, like you're doing the cons, and you're there. Do you like take breaks in the middle to like walk around? Do you still cosplay at all? Everything like that?
Um, so yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually spend a lot of time at conventions away from my booth at this point. Part of that is for certain shows, especially shows where I'm traveling a really long distance, we don't necessarily have as many people to help.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just the two of us, if one of us leaves, the other one is by themselves, and if we get a rush, I mean, you've have you ever worked retail on Black Friday?
Yes.
That's what it feels like every day when you're at a con, when you're
Oh,
working at a con,
oh,
because it's like how many people go to Katsucon? 15,000, 16,000 people.
mm-hmm.
And on Saturday, you will have that many people walking by your booth. You'll have half of them will be talking to you. A fraction will make a purchase, but that's still so many people. And if there's only one person there, even when there's only two people there, it can be very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that said, at more local conventions like Anime Boston, like Granite Con in September, when we have more people around that we know, we will be more open to basically if we have another sales associate or is somebody else helping out for that con
Mm-hmm.
and I have a little more free time, then I will get to cosplay and do stuff. I do participate in the convention outside of vendor hall hours though. So for shows where it closes for the day on the earlier side, I get
Mm-hmm.
to actually go do things like at Anime Boston
Yeah.
because it's super local for us. The dealer's room closes, and then I just get to run off and like I go to the dating game every year. That is my favorite event.
Oh, nice.
I want to try and get back into participating in like the masquerade, but I need to have somebody trained, and I don't know that we will have someone.
What do you mean, like trained to? Because my head, like trained like classically to
Yeah.
do skits, or like trained to
Oh
like
no,
to
trained
like
trained to like
be at the
trained on
store.
our register, trained on selling our products, trained like as an employee.
Yeah, sorry, that's where my brain
We
went. I'm
don't
like, yeah, to go start playing piano and shit. I'm like, oh, cool, that's sick. I'm gonna play the
yeah, I need
violin
someone
and it's gonna be.
classically trained. Uh
Sorry, that's where my brain went
yeah.
first.
No, that's okay. I totally get that. I am technically classically trained on piano.
Oh no, no way.
Not that yeah, I did it for about a year when I was 6.
Yeah.
So, nothing that impressive, but uh a little bit goes a long way
Mhm.
when it comes to the world of cosplay.
It really does, though.
It does.
No, that's cool though. That's except of course sometimes you'll find ways to lack better word, relax or enjoy the convention because that's always
Oh
one thing
yeah.
I always wasn't sure. Like if people, of course I know you have to be at your booth. You got to be you have to be present there. Talk to everybody. Lack better words, make sales.
Mhm.
But a lot of the times I know, especially when it comes to just talking to people, it's almost like when you're there, you get to meet people, talk to them, and they become more aware of your shop. Like it's like when y'all talk to me for the first time, and I'm like, oh, this is like Shelby. Oh, this is David. Oh, okay. And then I figure out what y'all have to the point where, like I said, if I run out of something, or I know if David's here, I know where I can find something. You're like, oh my
For
god,
sure.
deodorant. I need a glue stick for my eyebrows, which is a thing now. It's funny. I think
Oh
about that a
yeah, you
lot.
getting into blocking?
I wish I'm not that good. That's the one. That is the one place
Practice
where
makes perfect.
I know that's the one place right now where I'm like, if I can just learn how to do the like the glue stick for the eyebrows and get the whole look good, I'd be really happy. But we'll see where we're at this point. I'm just happy. I'm just happy learning contouring, and that's good enough for me right now.
Sure.
Yeah, but like as I was saying, being there, being at the booth, and just like talking to people, and because usually the best part about when you're at a convention and you're at like someone selling something or what's the word I'm looking for? Like I don't know if it's like vendor or artist, I'm not sure, but when you're
Sure.
talking to them, you get to it's almost like you get to know them. Like a friend of mine, shouts out to them, even though I'm not a big fan, is they know one artist because they just sell a bunch of Hololive stuff to the point where
Sure.
they will like it's like, oh my god, you're here, or they'll see them on Instagram like, oh, they're here, I gotta go say hello to them. And of course they go over, they say hello, and of course they're buying things, and I'm like, yeah, go, you do you. But just like after a while they start to know if someone's gonna be somewhere, and it's just one of those things. Oh, they're being there, perfect, I want to go see, I want to get something from them.
100%. I know that the drive when you are a vendor, when you are an artist, is that you want to make money because you have to, at the very least, afford to be there.
Yeah.
But you can make some of the best connections and some of the most lasting interactions when you have just that one weird thing that nobody else has. So, like, sh- advice to any entrepreneurial artists and or wannabe convention vendors: get the weird merch, make the weird art, because if you are the only person in a room of 100 artists that has that niche fandom, you will find a fellow fan. I A few anime Bostons ago, we were going through the artist alley,
Yep.
and I have been in my quote unquote niche fandom era.
Okay.
I have been watching like Netflix cartoons that nobody else is into. I've been watching
Okay.
old shows that nobody else is watching. Super, super into this show called Tales of Arcadia is the series.
I've heard of
Troll
it.
Hunters is the first season. It's so good. It's based on a book by Guillermo del Toro. you'd think it would be super popular. It's not. Nobody watched it. Nobody
What?
cared.
What?
That's fine.
I think I remember that being a thing because I'm like, I like Guillermo del Toro, so I'm just like,
Yeah, well,
yeah, I missed
it
out on
was
that one.
super good. Did you watch it?
No, I did
No.
not.
It was super good.
I'm
The
bad at
the
watching
second
shows.
season was about aliens. It was like insane, but it was a really good show. Nobody else was into it. The fandom that was online was very a particular flavor, by which I mean children, and I am not a children.
Hey,
I
it
mean, it's a
happens.
kids show, but
Yeah. Hey, man,
one
it happens.
person one person and that entire room at Anime Boston had a single mini print from that show. So now, of course, I follow them on every social media. I'm always watching their stocks.
Mhm.
I will be more likely to purchase art from that person because I know that they like that one obscure thing that I'm into.
No, I
So,
know exactly what you mean because I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm trying to bring up this
no, you're
person's
good.
program because I have the same thing. There is one person
It's
who I run into, and they sell Disco Elysium merch.
oh
So,
hell yeah.
I don't know if you ever played Disco Elysium or you're a fan of it. I fucking love
I
Disco Elysium.
I haven't played it, but I have heard a lot about it because in my internet circles, there's like one person I
Yep.
follow that happens to also be very into it.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
god. I cosplay the. I usually I keep one of the main characters' jackets on the back of my thing just as like a. I love this. I
oh,
love this because this is the one thing on all of my random crap. I used to have my Taylor Swift post. What is it? Calendar, but it's no longer the year 2024, so I need to find another one. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, no. There's just one person. Like last year, I think we went. No, this year we went to Rhode Island Anime Con. And then
Hmm.
Shelby's like, "Oh look, they made a character. Ryan, look who it is." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I look down, I'm like, "Oh, it's you! Oh, holy shit! All right, what else do you have? Let me buy it right now."
Yeah, exactly. It's make the niche content that you want to see in the world, and your people will find you.
Yeah, I think they're like Vix Art. I think their name. I gotta double check. I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere when I find it later. But it was so funny because I went to AAC and I found one piece of Disco Elysium merch, and it was like the funniest thing. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's Kim Kitsuragi, no way!" And then she go and the person goes, "Oh my god, I'm gonna tell my friend that they really enjoy this." I'm like, "Yeah," and then I'm like, "Yeah." I was had my backpack which had the merch that I bought them from, and I go, "Yeah, they made this,"
Uh-huh.
and they went, "Oh, that's my friend, no way." It was the same person because they knew each other. Uh, they had their friend make a Disco Elysium merch, just one random thing, and I was like, "Perfect, I'm buying it like right now. I'll take it." That one random guy
That's
bought it
so
from y'all.
delightful.
No, it's so true. Like it's just always fun when, like you said, when people got like the weird, obscure things that you don't see often. I'm like, hell yeah, let me see this. Like, I think Katsucon my first time, I found a figure of Fujiko Mime from Lupin the Third, and I'm like,
Ooh,
I don't find any Lupin the Third stuff. So I'm like, sick. I will buy that like right now. And,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
it's just so I want to say the word relatable, but that's not the word that I'm looking for. But it's just so when you're able to find like that one person because of that connection.
Yeah, it's a fun feeling where it's like you like this too. It's like yeah, it's like sick. It's like me, you, and one other guy I know, and it's like we can just nerd out for like 15 minutes and then just start talking. Uh,
That's so fun.
what's up? What's a random thing you may have found at a convention? Like something that you think like like you said, you're finding crazy art, you find something random. What is something that you found that's just like, wow, that's different, or I like this. This is cool. This is hard to get. Other
S-
than what is it? No, I can't even think of the name. Jake and
Troll
Jesus,
hunters.
Troll Hunters. Yeah, for some reason I said Blue Lock in my head. Yeah, I know Blue Lock's a big thing. Sorry,
That's
I think
okay.
we were talking about it earlier. That's
Um,
why.
we were. Um, well, I mean, in the same vein, I did find one single person after years of hunting that had Teen Wolf merchandise.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody ever has that, which is insane to me because, like, one of the ships from Teen Wolf is still one of like the top 6 most popular ships on AO3.
What's AO3?
But seriously,
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
archive of our own
No,
.org.
I
It is
don't know
the
that.
fan fiction site.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
honey.
yeah. No, I don't. I don't. No, no. Real talk. I don't do fan fiction. I don't. I don't. I've never really delved into
Okay,
that. Okay, so I'm learning something
that is
today. So.
super fair. Yeah, so the opposite side of fan art is fanfic. It is fan art of the written word versus fan art of the two-dimensional medium. AO3 is the shorthand because it's archive of our own, so it's three O's,
Okay.
AO3. It's a an archive hosted by the Organization for Transformative Works, which is an independent and volunteer organization that works on the preservation of fan media, which is fanfic, fan art, fan content of all kinds, including meta and analysis. Um, they work on like the legal side of it because technically speaking, here's a fun fact.
No, gladly. I'm learning a lot today. This is fantastic.
All fan art, all fan art, 100% of fan art is IP infringement.
Hmm.
That means it is technically illegal
Yeah.
because it is created on somebody else's
I.
intellectual property, IP. Um, Most companies don't really care.
Hmm.
Some of them actively encourage it. Some corporations like MiHoYo,
Hmm.
Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, etc., have like a policy like you can make and sell fan art as long as it's like under 150 pieces because that's not mass produced to them. So some people, some independent creators get super anal about it. Coff's Homestuck circa 2012, and they will literally send you cease and desists for drawing cartoons, but
Jesus.
that's okay. And I mean, this dates all the way back. Speaking of Anne Rice, she was famous for sending big, scary, illegal cease and desist letters
Yep, I've heard of
to
that.
people that were just writing fanfic, and it's free. They're not even making any money on it. So, part of what the Organization for Transformative Works does is work on and obtain legal protections for people that are making this fanfic primarily, because it's not for profit.
Hmm.
So it's a really interesting dichotomy because you have so many people making and selling fan art
Yeah.
now in the form of fan merch, like acrylic keychains and prints and
Hmm.
all this stuff, and they're like outsourcing it to be mass produced in China and like, hey, whatever works. But like 10 years ago, that was only just starting to be a thing. You maybe got acrylic keychains, but you didn't have anything fancy.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother didn't have an Alibaba account at that point. And 10 years before that, you didn't talk about fanfic and fan art in public. You only talked about that in like these weird, like closed door servers, if that. Like you didn't talk about it. It's not even just that it was like weird or shameful or just nerdy or anything. It was like it wasn't safe. You were legally not safe when you were
Yeah.
just making it for fun. So
Yeah.
that's a huge shift in fan culture as a whole.
Now it's funny. It's
Um,
it's interesting though that you say all that because like even then like even before it was like fanfics for a while. Just like I said, just weren't a thing. Like in my like as much as our fan art in general. Like the most you got
mhm,
was like taking a screenshot of something or and then have you knew one person who could screen print on like paper and then like put and you could transfer it to a t-shirt and it was just this
mhm.
square of like Goku going. You know what I mean? It was like, a white shirt that was just you could see the freaking cutout, and Jesus,
Yeah, no, I
you know what I'm
I I
talking.
made those shirts.
Yeah.
I was the kid with the printer that was making those like
Oh,
super bootleg t-shirts.
oh, that's
And it was
awesome. That's
always like the
badass. I
the
love it.
$2 Gildan AC Moore shirt too. It was never like
Yeah.
anything nice.
Hell
And it
yeah.
had to be white because the black transfer paper was like so much more expensive and yeah, no. I get it.
uh Shouts out here with David. We doing some we doing some bootleg black market shit we used to do back in the day. What's up? Anyway. Oh man. No, real talk. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's awesome. I didn't the fact that y'all did that, because I know my cousin, he could do that. He used to do shit
Hmm.
like that. Like, and he, like, my cousin knew a guy, his cousin, and they would make custom
Hmm.
t-shirts. Of course, it would just be like words, and I couldn't be like, "Hey, can you put Tenchi Muyo on a t-shirt?" They're like, "No, you know, oh, give me a picture." Okay, I have to take a picture of my phone. No, oh my god, that's how fucking years.
Phones
Uh,
didn't have cameras.
I would go to my CRT television, and then I would take my disposable camera, forgetting I shouldn't put a flash on it, and hit it with the flash, and then get it developed and go, "Ah, that is not how it should look. My bad."
God.
And then, like, here you go, and they'd be like, "Never get it," and then just like, "No, it's not happening." The fact that y'all did that's pretty fucking cool and pretty, pretty funny that I bring that up. But to this
Yeah.
day, I will go to Blondie and just act like an old man and like, look at it, and just go, "Look at these shirts. God damn anime shirts. Kids have it so good these days. Back in our day, it would just be these really rough white shirts with a square picture of every piece of art you could see on the internet, and that was it. It was always like,
Back in my day, we had to print out our own bad JPEGs of Inuyasha and tape them to the binders ourselves.
yes, or we're gonna
I
slide them
get
into
it.
the binder piece, and there you go, and just, eh, eh,
Only the
eh.
rich kids had the binders with the pockets on the front. That was a joke, but also,
Oh
yeah.
man, dude, that's exactly that is some old school shit. Uh,
Get
what
dated.
what I gotta ask, what shirts did y'all make? Did you know anything off the top of your head?
Oh, so I had a couple when I was like I want to say like 13. I did oh god. Okay. Are you familiar at all with like the preteen vampire books that were coming out circa Twilight era?
Uh, Sorry, David. I think you've misheard me so many times where I say I don't read.
Right, no, I'm sorry. Hey, I
uh,
didn't ask if you had read it. I asked if you were familiar.
what's the
Okay, so you
name?
might have had a friend. So there
Like
was this
Blood and
book
Chocolate or something,
series.
or
No,
that
jeez,
was.
that is not for kids.
Oh,
Um,
I knew someone who read that. I was like, okay.
yeah, that's fair. There was this book series called The Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. The first
Right.
book was eighth grade bites. Um, so they had these graphics on the front that were like the super like when you edit the contrast on a picture, like way back when you could do it in paint
Yeah.
and it would just turn it to black and white, not grayscale, black and white, and it was like super like edgy and pixely. So the
Oh,
covers
you're
had a
killing me,
picture of a
David. You're
teenage
killing
boy
me.
that looked like that with an emoji of like a smiley face with vampire fangs. You should look it up and put the picture up. It was just like the most basic emoticon of just like a little smiley face with vampire fangs. It was just on the front of his hoodie. So I was splurging for that prints on dark fabric heat transfer, and I was printing out that emoji and putting it on hoodies.
Hell
One
yeah.
of my first cosplays, I am talking AAC 2008. I wore that hoodie.
Oh,
That was my
hell yeah.
cosplay.
That's
That
awesome.
the OG bootleg t-shirt.
Hey, as is pretty much the logo for this entire podcast, which was the style at the time. It's literally it. Like every time touching them, like, yeah, 2008, 2009, where it's just like, well, you can kind of get something close to it, which is this, but the fact that you're able to screen print it is just even better, which is badass in my opinion. And I'm like, because I never knew how to do that. I knew it was like a
Oh
special
no.
thing or whatever. What's that?
I I made the picture in like Microsoft Paint.
Oh,
And
even
then I
better.
I had
Hell
to
yeah.
hand cut it out with like scissors and peel off the backing paper. Like it was they looked like shit. They were not nice. I can do them much better now.
Well, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Now it's screen print. That was, yeesh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not familiar with the terms for screen printing or the other one, but either way, yeah, the whole. I mean, right? Hopefully, you can do it better, or you can bring that back, or you can bring that bad boy back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I
yo, check
I
this
think about
out.
it often.
Check this
I am
out.
not I would like to say that I no longer create bootleg merchandise. I use my own original designs, but I might make one for myself
There
and
you
pretend
go.
I'm 13 again.
There you go. This is the speakeasy version of the CosMom ConShop. CosMom CosMom Con Speakeasy. This is where. Oh, it's over here. Oh, you sure? You a cop? You a
CosMom
cop?
Quiet Shop.
You a cop? What's up? You security? Let me see your ID really quick. All right, check this out. Ever heard ever heard of this old book, Eighth Grade Bites? Yeah, check this out. You like that? What's up? Y'all y'all like Captain Underpants? What's up? Y'all remember that? So I'm
Oh,
not gonna lie. It's the one
gosh.
book I can think about. I'm trying to be
So
better
you
about
did
reading.
read.
I'm trying. Yeah, that was probably the last time I read. But nah, I'm actually trying to be better about reading. Um,
That's
like
super fair.
it's funny because I kind of got in over not really got in over my head. If it's like a subject that I'm interested in, like speaking of like
Mhm.
darker stuff, like not really darker, but vampires and whatnot. I'm reading The King in Yellow.
Mhm.
It's a weird one. Um,
I've heard of that, but
yeah,
I don't.
no, it's one of those weird
That's
books.
not.
What's up?
It's not Cthulhu
So
mythos, is it?
it was pre uh Lovecraft.
But
It's
it's that kind.
yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
It's like
It's
apparently that's where they got that.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
played in a D&D campaign, not D&D. I played in a tabletop campaign of a different system
Hmm.
called Scion.
Hmm.
Um we called him Mr. Nylon because none of us could remember how to pronounce his name.
It's yeah, I know that from what I know is because this book is written like
Nylaratep.
something like that. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten
Sorry.
that far. No, no worries. Oh, spoiler. God, from the movie
Oh, spoiler alert.
yeah, from a book from the 1800 1900s before the turn of
200
the
years
century.
ago.
Yeah. Cuz it's like oh, the pre like I think cuz like that was the one that like I think Lovecraft originally saw that and was like, "Okay, I want to build off of this."
Mhm.
The only reason why I did that because there's a video game franchise that I've yet to play. I want to, but right now I don't think my computer can handle it. But I think they made it for Mac. I just have a PS5. I run all this on a Mac. Is a Fear and Hunger. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I have not. Is it a survival horror?
So it is a weird. Uh, it's hard. It's fun and hard to explain. It's a weird, like horror art. Like, and I have to put this in there. A weird Eastern European horror, RPG. There's a few people who've done some videos on it that like I watch it and like it's played a turn-based RPG. There are like weird characters. I mean, if anyone wants to check it out, I don't know if y'all. I mean, a lot of people have heard of it, but still, if you want to check it out, trigger warning. There's a lot of gore, a lot of heavy subjects, but a lot of the cool like it's just the atmosphere of that game is really cool, and like one of the endings that leads to like the second game talks about like the staff said there's this guy called the King in Yellow who's like doing everything, and I'm just like, damn, I want to know more about where these people got this idea from. So it's like these concepts that I really like. I like that are like dark when it comes to like characters or like dark themes of like your classic like oh the person I like is like I didn't save them so I'm gonna sacrifice and now they came back and now they're a zombie type thing or stuff like that. It's like nothing too crazy,
Mhm.
or those type of horrors where it's just like you got this. Did you get what you want? Yes, but it's not how exactly how I wanted it. And it's just like really cool stuff like that. And a lot of the endings are just on the lack of better words darker scale. Like this guy wanted to challenge the gods and he does, and he realized he's not as good as he thought he was and he gets crushed. And it's just like wow, cool. I'm explaining that game horribly, but the best video I think that helps me understand it was this gentleman, really great speaking voice. It doesn't help that he's also Irish, I believe, so he has a nice voice. Is Super
Ooh.
Eye Patch Wolf. He's on YouTube. He does an editorial on Fear and Hunger, and it's really good. Another guy with a really nice voice started playing that game. This is Sea Dog VA, Connor Dog. He's part of the Trash Taste podcast group. Once again, British guy, great voice. But they do. I know he plays it, but a lot.
British or Irish?
So Super Eye Patch Wolf is Irish, and
Mhm.
Sea Dog VA is British.
Okay.
Yeah.
I I had to ask because I recently saw that interview with Cillian Murphy where the interviewer called him British.
Mhm.
Big
Oh,
no-no.
oh
You do
yeah, no,
not
I've
call an
seen.
Irishman
Oh
British.
no, definitely not. I know Killian Murphy does all those things. What does he do when he was there? He would put his hands in his pockets when he's getting interviewed because they used to do that as a sign of rebellion for the IRA during, like when Britain tried taking over.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
yeah,
I just thought it was really funny when he
what put his.
shut the guy down.
Oh yeah, no, but even then, like that whole situation in history.
Yeah.
But like
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
apparently like one of the things is like no, if I'm wrong, whatever. I'll fact check myself later. Uh,
Sure.
is that like I think when they would they would like bust people and be like, all right, everyone get on the walls, like everyone get your hands out your pockets, or everybody who had their hand in their pockets, they like they had something to hide, so they would stop them a lot,
Oh.
especially because being under British rule. So a lot of the times, I think
Mhm.
during like Cillian Murphy, I don't know,
Cillian.
Cillian Murphy, when they were doing I think shows in Britain or wherever they were, he
Mhm.
would put his hand in his pockets a lot, and that was the reason why.
Good for him,
Yeah, no, I thought it was sick.
honestly.
I thought
He
it was
has
cool. Yeah.
titanium balls, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That man.
Oh yeah. He survived 28 days later. It's crazy.
Are you excited for the new one?
Yes, very much
28
so.
years later?
Very much
Are you
so.
afraid?
Of course, the movie's scary as all hell.
Wow, okay. So I have a friend that's super into Cillian Murphy, and his biggest fear seeing all of the trailers and stuff for 28 years later is Jim the zombie.
Yeah, I think there were memes of that, like, oh, he's gonna show up, and it's just like him as a
Yeah,
zombie, and like, oh, who?
because 20 days later they weren't zombies. They were alive people. They
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
zombies.
they were. It was
So
the
now they're
rage
zombies for
virus.
realsies? What's going
Yeah,
on?
the rage virus, which is a really cool,
Yeah.
scary idea, but really freaking cool. It's so funny because I look back at that
Changed
movie, and I'm just like, wow, there's some famous people in this, and this is like just a scary and really good and all of an indie movie of all things.
that completely revolutionized the zombie movie
Oh yeah.
like concept.
Mm-hmm.
That is where the zombies aren't the scary part. Zombies aren't the monster comes from.
Yeah.
Is that movie. Anyway, have some literary analysis of pop culture for a moment.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's just having to, oh yeah,
Oh.
King in Yellow and 28 Days Later. Hell yeah. Why not? No, it's all good.
Somebody's gonna cosplay it.
What's that? Oh my.
Everything. Isn't that like one of the OG rules of the internet? If it exists, someone will cosplay it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, hey, sometimes you do the funniest things or the weirdest things, and they just get the best views. Everyone just loves them because it's like, oh, I know what that is. That's super dumb. Why didn't I think of it? I love everything about it. I love cosplays like
Yep.
that. They always make me
I
laugh.
love cosplay.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It's so good. Oh my goodness. So I think we're getting to around the end of the podcast, David. Legit. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Lot. I'm not gonna lie. I just love how I'm just talking to y'all, and it's just like, hey, you ever see this? You're like, I did that. I'm like, no way. Or just knowing things about that. So, just to reach back with one last question, just to kind of see how where
Sure.
we're at. Who's who was your first husband or waifu? Gotta ask.
Oh
I gotta end on the
gosh.
funny one.
So I'm going to sound both really old and really lame when I say this because this is like everyone. Before I truly knew what anime was, my very first husbando was Danny Phantom.
Oh, nice. Let's
I
go.
the original, is it Life Goals or Wife Goals? The original, the OG, that boy is my gender. Like the original. Wow, that is way darker than it like seemed as a kid.
Hmm.
But yeah, I what can I say? I am basic, but
Hey, it'd be like that.
he is top tier.
Hey, it'd be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It be like that.
I can't fault y'all. It's just one of those things when you just like I always joke. You watch something and you see a husband or a wife. You go, I like them, and then your brain just goes, are they nice? Like, would they hang out with me?
No.
It's just
The answer's always no.
yeah, but one can only dream. Don't let your
You're right.
memes be dreams. Maybe nowadays with with like AI and virtual reality.
Ugh,
We come a long way.
yeah.
We can live that life.
Anything is possible.
Of course. But David, excuse me. Oh, go over there. Thank you for joining me on the Both of These podcasts. So, of course,
Thank
David,
you for having
not
me.
a problem. Of course, I got to say. So, of course, where can people find y'all?
So you can find my business as CosMom ConShop on Instagram and Facebook at CosMomConshop, as well as on our website, CosMomConshop.com, and at our brand new brick and mortar location at 100 Main Street in Nashua, New Hampshire. Me personally, you can find on Instagram as Doughrito Cosplay. That's Doughrito Cosplay. Or on Tumblr or Twitter or Blue Sky. I don't know what my Blue Sky is, so ignore that. My Tumblr or Twitter at Thought Puppy, THOTPUPPY.
All right, sounds great. And aren't you having a grand opening soon?
I am on February 1st, 2025,
Hell
from
yeah.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. We are going to have a big grand opening extravaganza at our store in Nashua, 100 Main Street in Nashua. There is going to be appearances from Nerd Caliber, first person shooter. You've seen them on YouTube, you've seen them at Anime Boston. They're an excellent photography, videography, and nerd culture team. They're going to be there, and we're also going to be hosting D&D one-shot, cosplay contest, prizes, raffles, and cake because it's my mother's birthday.
Oh, nice.
So come celebrate with us.
Hell yeah. And of course, if y'all can't make that, he will be over at Katsucon, as we mentioned earlier, which I don't know the
Yep.
dates of Katsucon, but I'll put it right there. So if you're at Katsucon,
Valentine's Day weekend.
there it is, Valentine's Day weekend of fucking February.
Yep.
I really got to make sure I know the dates because every now and again I'm always looking at my PTO like, I took that off, right? It was the correct weekend, right? Fuck.
I literally have the calendar shorthand on my phone. It's like my immediate access app.
Nice.
Always checking.
Heck yeah. Me, it's just I forget to put it there and I go, oh, I gotta put that later. But anyway, thanks again, David, for joining me. I really appreciate y'all stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Have a great night.
You as well.